Okay, with all the Facebook stuff going around in Congress and elsewhere, I thought maybe now would be a good time to go over some Facebook tips and manners. I'm going to talk about how to edit posts and comments, how to delete a post, how to fact check a news article, and how to mute a group conversation. Now, some of you may say you already know how to do this, and if that's the case, then good deal. You don't have to watch this video. If you don't know how to do it, then this is a video for you. And I've noticed that some people either don't know how to do it or they simply don't do it. But these are good Facebook tips and manners. First thing we're going to talk about is how to edit posts and comments. Okay, so I'm going to my home page because we want to protect privacy for the most part. If you want to delete a comment, all you have to do, and this is pretty much the same across all platforms, although online might be slightly different on your phone might be slightly different depending on what platform you have. But basically, you'll want to, at times, edit your post. Okay, now I notice some people will, I assume they don't know that they can edit their post because of the fact that they don't edit the post. Instead, they add extra comments at the bottom explaining what they did or said wrong in the post above or correcting their errors. All you have to do is just click on these little three dots right here, and you'll notice it gives you several options in this pop-up menu. One of those options, of course, is edit the post. If you choose edit the post, all you have to do is click edit the post. I'm going to let it pull up. Okay, so you see the post here. I can make whatever changes I want, and once I'm done, I'm going to hit save. There you go. I've edited my post. No need to write a bunch of random comments on the bottom saying what I meant to say when I can easily say it by editing the original post. Also, you want to edit a comment. I notice sometimes people will misspell something in a comment or say something or amend their comment, and they don't know how to edit the comment, perhaps. All you have to do, much in the same manner, you'll see little dots beside. See the pop-up says edit or delete this. If I click right there, I can click edit or delete. In this case, I'm going to hit delete because that was just something I put there just for the purpose of this video. I'm going to click delete here. Or am I sure I want to delete it? Because once I delete it, it's gone. Unless, of course, you have some high-tech software. So there we go. Okay, the next thing here that I have on here is how to delete. I already did how to delete a post and how to edit post and comments. It's the same way with deleting, or the same way that you delete a post is the same way you edit a post. You go over here to the three little dots. You click right here and you delete the post. You see how you can click edit, but down here you can hide it from your timeline. You can turn off translations. You can hit delete. You can show in a tab, so forth. So you're going to hit delete if you want to delete the post. In this case, I'm not going to delete the post because I want to keep the post. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to the next thing here where I talked about editing posts and comments, deleting a post, and how to fact check a news article. First of all, let me say this. There is a lot of fake news going around. Now, I know that since Trump's been in office that I guess you could say that comment has been made quite a bit. And the reality is there is a lot of fake news. There's a lot of also satire and fake news sites out there. And there's a lot of non-legitimate news sites out there. And the thing about Facebook is it seems that so many people just post anything they read as if it's truth because someone typed it up that made it truth. Well, of course, we all know that's not accurate. Just because somebody types something up or it looks legitimate doesn't make it truth. That's how a lot of people get scammed on PayPal and other things because they click into something that looks legitimate without doing research. And I'm asking you right now to do your best duty and show some manners and research, whatever it is that you want to post, especially if it's something that seems extreme. Like I'll give you an example here in this tab. This is one that's been shared quite a bit. Morgue employee cremated by mistake while taking a nap. Well, the reality is this is fake news, and I'm going to show you how I know that. But there are other ways you can find out. But the first and best way is to look on the site itself because of certain laws that are out there these days. They're required to have a disclaimer to say that it's not a legitimate story for the most part. Also, another way you can do it is go to factcheck.org. If you don't like them because you think they're liberal or whatever, yada, yada, then go to Snopes.com. If you think that they're liberal or whatever, go to About.com. They're pretty neutral. They have an urban legend and a fact checker section on their website as well, About.com. Or you can just go to the news and you could just ask yourself too, does this seem legitimate? Okay, this could be legitimate. Maybe he did get cremated. I mean, it seems like a legitimate headline, but you can go to the actual website, like in this case with World Daily Report, scroll to the bottom, Scroll to the bottom there and you'll see it says World News Daily Report at the very bottom right here. Assumes all responsibility for the satirical nature of its articles and for the fictional nature of its content, yada, yada, yada. This is a fake news. Now, a lot of times I've noticed when people tell you it's fake news, or when someone notifies a fake news poster that it's not legitimate, they say, oh, sorry, in the comments. No, do your manners, show some manners, and delete the post. Why keep it up there? It doesn't need to be up there for any purpose. Get rid of it, delete it. That's where I showed you how to delete a post. Delete it, be done with it, and quit propagating fake news. Another way you could do on something like Alice Cooper is dead, or, Paul Ryan, is wearing a ballerina suit today in Congress. If you want to research that, the best thing to do is go to the more legitimate news sites. Yes, CNN says things wrong sometimes. Yes, NPR says things wrong. Yes, Fox News occasionally says things wrong. The reality is all news sources like that may make mistakes, but for the most part, they're vetted. So if you go on CBS.com, NPR.com, FoxNews.com, CNN.com, or any website that is a major news outlet, and you see that Alice Cooper is dead, then most likely he is dead. But more than likely, if you see it just being spread from Facebook page to Facebook page without anyone doing any legitimate vetting, it's probably not true. And you need to go to Snopes.com or factcheck.com or the other legitimate news sites. Because trust me, if Cher dies or Alice Cooper dies, it's going to be all over national news, no doubt. Okay, so there's all of that, and but just do a favor and research. You don't even have to worry about deleting it if you'll do yourself a favor and research it first. Last thing is how to mute a group conversation. Now, I know sometimes we want to make a point, and we don't want to be part of a group. Well, let me say this here. I thought I had a conversation pulled up, but I don't. And so for privacy reasons, I'm not going to pull it up again. Let me just say this. All you have to do is pull up a conversation, click on the conversation. There'll be a little gear thing on the right-hand side. You'll click on that conversation. Excuse me. And you have several options. You can leave the conversation. You can mute the conversation. You can ignore the conversation. There's a lot of things you can do whenever you click. So basically, it will come up in this area, typically on most browsers. It'll come right here, and there'll be a little thing right here. And like I said, I had one pulled up. It disappeared. And for privacy reasons, I don't want to go back and pull it up again because I might show you other conversations that's going on, and they may not want you to know they're having conversations with me. I don't know. I have nothing to hide, but they might have something to hide. So bottom line is you can click on there. I think it's better manners to not leave a conversation unless you're trying to make a point. For example, maybe it's multi-level, maybe it's racist, maybe it's fake, whatever the conversation is, you want to get rid of it and you want to tell the people you don't want to be in it, then you can leave the conversation. But if it's a friend and they're just trying to, maybe they're selling something that, that their kid invented, or they want you to support their science project for their kid or whatever it is, and you don't want to have 1,000 notifications going off, all you have to do is click that little gear in the top right-hand corner that's going to be sitting somewhere around here. And you're going to simply choose mute conversation. If you mute the conversation, then you won't get all the notifications. You can always go back and read it later. If you are in a conversation that you want to leave and you feel like you want to make a point to leave, and to make that point after you leave the conversation, you should also message the person and say, hey, I don't want to be included in conversations like this. Okay, I'm going to have more Facebook tips and manners coming up soon. Right now, I'm going to end the recording of this. Have a great day. Maybe I'm going to end the recording. Maybe now. Maybe now.